Keppy! There he is. Took him a sec. Hello and welcome to Monday. Come here, buddy. So today is a big day. Kep's medicine is changing.
Here he is.
And I'm going to talk a little bit about that today and why it's changing and what it's changing to and that whole thing. Hi, buddy. You hungry? So I'm gonna start by giving him a pill he likes. You want to eat that for me? Sometimes he eats that and sometimes he does not. Let's see if he does this morning. It looks like he will. So that is cobalaquin, which is a B12 supplement.
He bit it in half.
Yeah, he's working on it. That's good though. So he gets one of these every day and has for a long time. But the meds that he's getting today is this, and I'm gonna see if he'll just take it. This has not been compounded because we got this from our vet. It didn't come from a
Compounding pharmacy.
Yeah, so I don't know if he'll just take this. You take this too? That would make things real good if you did. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, so I could either hide this in his food or I could pill him. Which one will I do?
You also have to give him Serenia.
Yeah, so he's going to be getting this new pill, which is actually an old pill. We'll talk about that in a sec. But he also needs to get his pill that he's been taking. And the pill he's been taking, he has to get pilled for. And this one, he has to get pilled for, probably. That sucks for you, buddy. I'm so sorry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that there in case he eats it, because he might. And I'm going to prepare his food. I've found that it's easiest if I have his food prepared, and then I pill him, and then his food's right there, and he can start eating. So this is the food that he had been getting. This is PR, which the R stands for rabbit.
It's peas rabbit.
Peas and rabbit. And he gets that, and then also the new one that he's been eating is PD, which is peas duck. And he really likes this one, so much so that after having had this, he's not super interested in the rabbit.
Well, he was starting to not be interested in the rabbit, so we needed a new one.
I've been mixing them together to use up some of the rabbit, and he usually likes that. Although I got to tell you, every single day is different with Kepler. Like, he might eat it immediately. He might be like, "Oh man, food, yeah," but he also might be like, "Eh." And then I'll leave it there, and he will eventually eat it. But it's strange because, like, his feeding schedule, like at night, is always the same. So we don't have any powder right now, do we?
No.
We just ordered some. He also gets a
Potassium supplement.
potassium supplement that goes in his food. We just ran out, and we thought we had one, and we didn't, so it'll be here in like a day or two. It's not vital, but we usually put that in his food as well. So he's got all these little things. So then I'm gonna mix this up with some water. I normally try to get this like the consistency of applesauce or something. So this is the pill that he's been on for how long? A year?
A year.
Or so. This is Serenia. It is a 16 milligram pill. And trying to line this up is very difficult. There we go. And he gets half, so he gets 8 milligrams. And it's on the packaging, it's like 4 dogs. And I'm like, he has dog-like attributes. I guess that's fine. This has been prescribed by the vet. Not everyone will pick up on the humor, so then I have to clarify. But like, the vet, this is a vet thing, and this has worked.
Yes.
Right. Like,
the goal is for him to not vomit.
Yes, because Kepler had been vomiting, and he had been on a steroid, and there was some concern about his heart because the steroid can cause heart issues, and he already had some low-level weird heart stuff, and moving from the steroid to the Serenia was good because it's not a steroid, And then also it stopped the vomiting, and that's great. We loved that. He's gonna have to get this pill, and also the one that I almost sipped on. I wonder if I can pill both of them at once. Maybe. Come here, bud. I'll put some of those on too. Oh, he wants it.
Yeah, he likes that.
He's going the long way around because he hates being pilled. And in fairness, same. But it sucks because he has to have the pills. So I'm gonna grab the pills and I'm gonna put the chickie on top. So he's very excited now. And he's here. And then I'm sorry, buddy, I gotta give you the pills. So I'm gonna try and do both at once. I don't know if that's insane or not, but it seems better than trying to do one at a time, just because then they'd both be done. But no. Ooh, we did a good one. And then, hopefully he got them swallowed down.
Which was that?
Huh?
Was that Serenia?
Those both.
Oh, that was both?
I did both at once.
Oh, wow.
And we're good. So, because the food's in front of him, did you just fall?
I was squatting and I fell backwards.
I held them in my hand, and then I kind of put my fingers like near the corner of his mouth. And when he finally opens his mouth, I just very quickly put my fingers into like his throat and drop them.
So he doesn't have to taste the Serenia.
Yeah, and like it's possible sometimes when I try to pill him that I don't get it like far enough down, and then what happens is that he will taste it, and if it's in his mouth, he will spit it out, which sucks because then the process has to restart. But I found that as long as I do a fairly good job getting it in there and he's in front of his food, then he'll just go into food mode. Yeah. Anyway, that was both pills, so it's possible to do that. And for the next month, we need to do both. So let's talk about the actual, let me help you up. So now let's talk about what the new / old medicine is. And it's the steroid. It's the steroid. And that's like a little disappointing, but also it's a necessity. So for the past few weeks, Kepler's stomach has been making some noises that have increased in intensity and frequency. I'm familiar with those noises because I also get some of those noises when your stomach's making like squishy noises or growly noises or whatever. And we weren't sure exactly what it was. At the beginning, the vet was like, his stomach might be a little messed up, we'll give him a probiotic. And we tried a probiotic and nothing changed. And since then, the frequency and the intensity or the volume has increased, and Mal and I have kind of suspected that what was happening is that the triaditis was worsening. And the vet more or less confirmed that and was like, yeah, it kind of seems like the triaditis is worsening. So what that means is that even though Serenia has been really good in the last little bit, it maybe isn't doing everything it needs to do now. And we need to fix the tummy issues. And the steroid that he was on, prednisolone, was working. You know, the reason that we stopped it was to try and find an alternative so it didn't bother his heart, but it did work. So the hope now is that for the next month, he's going to be on both the Serenia and the prednisolone, and then we will see where he's at in a month, and probably take him back in to the vet to get checked up. He ate some of it. He does this a lot too, where he'll eat some and then he'll go off and do something and come back and eat the rest. Yeah, so it sucks because this is the same medicine that, like, it's a steroid, so like it can hurt his heart. But we have, it's a lesser of two evils thing, because yeah, it could hurt his heart, but if we don't take care of the triaditis, that will become a problem.
Quickly.
Triaditis is one of those things that, like, it can't be cured in cats, but it can be relatively managed. But if you're not managing it, bad things can happen pretty quick, so we have to try and help him in that area. So it's not the best situation to have to put him back on a medicine that, you know, could do damage to his heart, but you have to choose, right? And this is the best course of action currently. There is also a chance, and I'm certainly crossing my fingers, that it won't hurt his heart. Like, there won't be any changes. But, like, this is what we have to do for now. We have to get the stomach stuff under control because that's most important.
So he'll have another echo soon to see if anything has changed.
Yeah, I mean, it won't be soon.
No, it has to be a bit, but yeah.
But yeah, soon as in this year soon. And we'll go from there. So the takeaways here, I know this is kind of a long thing, but Kepler is fine. Like, his behavior hasn't changed. His behavior's fine. His weight is fine. His weight is fine. He eats fine. He doesn't have any, like, weird stool stuff. He doesn't have any weird health things happening. He isn't even really vomiting. He had a few tiny issues where he had spit up some, like, liquid bile-y stuff, but that is more than 0, and he had been 0. So that's kind of another thing of like, okay, yeah, this is stomach issues that we need to solve. So it sucks to put them back onto the steroid that can do damage, but instead of thinking about it as it can do damage to the heart, you have to think about it from the perspective of it will help the stomach, and we need to fix the stomach. And there's always a chance that, you know, he gets an echo in 6 months and they compare it to the last one and they're like, oh, no change. And that's the best possible outcome. So that's what we're hoping for. But yeah, now he's got to get 2 pills every day. It's fine. I mean, technically 3, right? The Kabbalah one he just eats. In the future,
we'll get the steroid compounded.
We'll get the steroid compounded so it tastes like chicken or something, and then he'll just eat it on his own. But we're not there yet. So that's the update on Kepler. But
like, he's good.
Yeah, I don't want people to worry. I don't want people to worry too much about him, because yeah, it sucks that he has to go back on this med, but like, it doesn't necessarily mean that it will cause problems. It could. It's known to, but it doesn't necessitate that there will be a problem. And it is much more important at this point in time to take care of his tummy. So, and you're still a good boy. You're still having a good time. Yeah. So anyway, that's it. If anything changes, we'll keep the vlog updated, because we know people like to see how he's doing. He is going to turn 12 in a few months, so he's getting older. But you know, hopefully he's still got quite a bit of time in him. So we're gonna keep doing everything we can to make sure he is healthy and happy and isn't having any sort of intestinal discomfort. We're doing our best. I'm gonna end it here because that was a lot, and that's been the crux of what today was going to be. Thank you for watching, and as always, let's meet back tomorrow. Shalom.